I guess we're ready to go.
I think we're ready. Yeah, let's do this thing.
Let's do this thing. Hey, guess what this is? The Something About Nothing program.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I love that.
I love that. And my good friend, Ricky Pope, the man with the plan who knows all technology concerning video, audio, and love.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's right.
It's my Barry White.
I love that. That's good. That's
a
good.
little Barry White tonight.
Yeah. I'm thinking Arby's. Remember he did the Arby's commercial? I love that. Yeah.
So and then this is Mike, the man with the plan, Schilling.
That's right.
Yeah, baby.
How you doing?
This is Mike Schilling.
Oh, yeah.
My friend and compadre.
That's right. Well, that was good.
That
I think
we
could. I think we could wrap it up now.
Yeah, we'll never do that again.
Now, how was your week?
Oh, it was good. Good week. Good week. A little crazy, but good week. Did shot a bunch of stories that never made air.
Oh, those are my favorites.
Yeah, that's one of my least favorite things in the world.
Doing this podcast, nobody ever hears it.
Nobody ever hears it.
That's awesome. This is totally for our amusement.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely
right.
for our
There's
amusement.
some man somewhere deep in the Amazon rainforest who hardly doesn't speak any English, and him and his tribe, they find this radio, this transmitter, and they go, turn it off. I think
we're so annoying that even people that don't understand us are turning it off.
That's right. That's our motto.
So how was your week?
It was good.
Good week.
Really good week. Then Monday came. And it was yesterday. No, it's good. And it's been busy in the IT world. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but our friend Spectre-Meltdown, it's on the loose.
I've heard.
Very interesting. It's something that a lot of technology folks were not expecting. And quite honestly, without getting into it, it's quite different than what we're used to. So
that's what I've heard. I've heard there's some craziness going on there.
But I will break it down in layman's terms.
Hey, that is exactly what I need.
Break it down.
Because I'm an AV guy. I'm not a computer guy. So
That's okay.
I'm a musician. I need layman's terms.
I know. Hey, we'll do it in a beat.
No.
Okay. Well,
we could do it in a beat if like we had a button that we'd push.
Yeah.
But
we don't have a button.
We don't have a button.
Yeah.
Well, we have a button. We just haven't programmed it into it yet.
No. Now we were talking about earlier, and I wish, I wish that the whole thing about copyright music. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I don't understand. For me, it's like, let's play something from Queens.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay.
Yeah.
And someone listens, they go, "Oh man, that's a great song. I'm gonna go buy it for 99 cents, $1.50, whatever, from iTunes or Google."
Yeah.
And so you were telling me you were concerned that maybe it's because, like on this show, they don't want to be affiliated with us.
Yes. That's one of the big concerns with the control of copyright is that they don't want to be associated with certain things.
Yeah.
So that, if your song gets associated with something negative, then somebody might not listen to your song because now every time they listen to your song, they think of something bad.
Well, then we might have an issue even with the guy who invented the fart. I mean, he may not want us to use it on this podcast.
That's true. That's true. That might be a problem.
Yeah, I definitely need like a laugh track because I feel man, I am diving tonight. Wow, I can just feel the excitement in the air.
Yeah. I know, laugh track. That would be cool.
Yeah, I would like that. Love that.
Taped before a live studio audience. Not really.
I think I actually found us an intro too.
Well, we do have a studio audience. It's the dog.
Yeah. And right now he's drinking. And
lap, lap.
And then he'll lick himself. So
there's that.
You got two for the price of one.
Yeah. So you have an intro now?
Well, I'm looking at intro. I think
You're going to have some music for us?
yeah, that's you
Ba-
know.
ba- ba- ba-
Well, you know,
ba- ba- Oh, wait.
there's a couple of them. There's a couple
yeah,
of them. You
use
can't
that
do
one.
that.
Can't
No,
use that one.
no, you can't, because he still have lawyers even though he's not alive.
Yeah, that's true. That's sad.
That's sad.
But,
yeah,
it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Lawyers are weird.
They don't die.
Lawyers never go
Like
away.
they're like zombies. They come out.
Zombie lawyers.
Yeah, they come out of nowhere. Oh, that'd be a great skit.
Zombie lawyers.
Yeah,
You never know.
you never know.
No one expects a zombie lawyer.
No, I mean, they take the flesh right off of you, man.
There you go.
That's good.
That's
That'd
good.
be a great.
That-
SNL will probably steal that from
Yeah,
us.
zombie lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Like the caveman.
I'm just a zombie lawyer.
Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Bill Hartman,
Yeah.
caveman lawyer.
He was good. The glue of SNL.
Oh my goodness, yes.
The glue
that
of
was-
radio.
yes. Oh, radio.
News radio.
News radio. I liked
Loved
that
that.
show.
Yeah, they
That was a
tried.
good show.
They tried so hard with
I don't remember who the replacement was.
John Levitt.
Maybe.
He was a good friend of Phil Hartman's, and they were good friends. And he tried hard, but he just
Yeah.
didn't have that persona like Phil Hartman. You needed that kind of prima donna type of newsman. you know?
Yeah.
And he played that really well. And yeah, man, I wish I could.
Yeah, that was a good
John
show.
Lovitz. Lovitz? I think the last name was Lovitz.
I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. John Lovitz.
There you go.
Yeah, he was only in the last season.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever watched the last season.
Man,
After Phil Hartman was gone, I stopped watching
it's
it.
kind of sad.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
It was a good show. Good show. Good times. Good times.
So you got some good information. You talked to me earlier about
News. It's not good information. It's just news.
Okay, well,
It's a little tech news. And maybe that we can lead into your tech news.
okay.
after that.
We can do that.
So GoPro. So it's
Mhm.
video tech related.
Yeah, I love it.
GoPro, really cool company. Like cutting like 5,000 jobs and getting out of the drone business.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Like that decided that like the drone business was too competitive.
yeah.
There's too many options out there. Too many, prices aren't high enough to support R&D for new products. They had a drone come out
Yeah.
and it just got okay ratings. Their Karma drone and it was competitively priced. You know, it was pretty close to like the DJI, which is kind of like the big name.
Mhm.
They were definitely coming in as number 2. But I personally, I think the drone thing, that's part of their big problem was
Yeah.
they didn't jump on the drone bandwagon fast enough. So
Yeah.
DJI just kind of took over. And
Yeah.
then my other thought is GoPro they've come to a point, and a lot of cameras have kind of started doing this. They've come to a point where the new one, they're putting a new one out every year.
Oh, I know.
Well, but the new is not so much new that
Yeah.
you could keep using your old one and
Yeah,
not have a
exactly.
problem.
I think with the new one, I think it's the 6.
Yeah, the new one's a
And
6,
the
and
only-
they just
and the-
released it.
And I think this one was supposed to have 4K, but I think the last one, if you did 4K, it was like only 30 frames per second. I think this one now you can do 60 frames per second.
Yeah,
I don't
sounds
know,
about
something
right.
like that. The reason because I was, well, when I was going to St. Martin before Hurricane Maria just totally, wiped out.
Yeah.
Last year, I collected a bunch of GoPro stuff. I thought, I'm going to go
Yeah.
out, I'm going to scuba dive, I'm going to do all this stuff. So I have all this equipment I don't use now, but I do have a dog strap, so I'm going to put it on the dog and take him for a walk. So
That's awesome. Do you
Yeah.
have a GoPro?
yeah, I do.
Which one do you have?
I ended up, getting a 5 in, and then right behind it, I saw the 6 come in. I said,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa. I sent back the 5, got the 6. So,
Oh, so you got the new one.
yeah, so,
Okay. I have access. I don't actually own a GoPro myself. But I have access to a Hero 3, which is an older camera. It's 1080 camera. This is a good little camera. But like you said, it's like, we're kind of pushing the limits unless they do something drastic. There's not a whole lot there, and people can buy people can go back and buy a 4, and it'll suit most people's needs.
well, the thing is,
I buy them used.
people love the 4. I don't know.
4 was great.
The 4, a lot of times, if you look on there, especially when 5 came out,
Yeah.
People talked about the 4 all the time. And yeah, really, if you think about it, let's say you want to do a 360 project. Well, why not get a bunch of 4s?
Right.
Cost effective for what you're going to do.
And depending on which 4, because there were a couple different flavors of 4.
There was Hero, and then there was Session.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking
I'm thinking about just the brick ones, the bigger ones. Those are the
Gotcha.
Heroes.
Yeah.
I think it's the silver and the black.
Yeah.
And they both did 4K. I think the main difference was the one of them only did like 15 frames, and one of them did 30.
Yeah, I think that's
so. I mean, 15 frame 4K. It's a thing, but it's really not usable for most video projects.
No, just stick to
but
standard HD.
But still, I mean, if you've got if you've got that, or if you don't need anything more than 1080, the older ones are still really good and work really well.
Well, right now I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about capturing in 4K versus 1080p, and there's an argument there. But the reality of it is that yes, you can tell a difference from 4K to 1080p, but on your computer, on your monitor screen. Now, I think 4K, if you're watching it, I think even though you may not getting the full 4K, you're seeing a difference of quality if you're like me and you see those kind of details.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, 1080 right now, especially if you think about the bandwidth and the streaming. And uploading. I mean, I think that's
most people don't. Most people think, oh, I'm getting super high quality HD 4K on the phone. Probably not. You're probably getting 720.
It's amazing. I was looking at 4K TVs just for prices and stuff, and they're all over the place. Of course, again, you have, like you did back in the, 10 years ago, you had all kinds of, okay, well, this is 1080p, this is 720, and then you have all these megahertz of speeds, and this is HDR. And I mean, so you have to understand the technology of it, but
it gets a little weird.
But there's some really good, inexpensive, good quality 4Ks out there. I was really shocked, around $500.
Yeah.
Decent sized, from 46 to 55 inch. So I don't know, because and the reason I think about that, because a lot of your consoles now are coming out with 4K capability. You have DVDs coming out, and so you think, oh man, I can't afford $1,200, $2,000. Well, if you're gonna buy something that's that has I can't remember what Sony and Samsung does, but something to do with their screen. I don't know all the information on that, but
so many different new things.
It is.
So you got a little tech news.
Yeah, we've been having at the place that I work, and apparently I'm not the only one. Basically, it's a worldwide security breach. It's worldwide
in a world.
Well, you probably heard about the security issue called Meltdown.
Oh yeah.
Spectre.
Yeah, I have.
And
I don't know much about them. I just heard about them.
Well, it's basically it allows cyber criminals to steal sensitive information from your computer, mobile device, even the cloud, because they all connect together.
Oh.
Now, I mean, they are working. They do have a patch.
Is that why my Mac keeps asking me if I want to update my
probably so
operating system?
And actually, that's the thing. Everyone basically the only thing you can do is update to the newest patch.
Yeah.
But this is a vendor wide. I mean, Dell, they're telling you to flash a new BIOS on it. in
I heard.
Windows updates. So
I heard this isn't. Most exploits have been operating system exploits,
in the past,
and I've heard this is hardware.
this is totally hardware.
So they've got to write software patches to patch a hole.
Yeah, it's
that
a
they
mess.
should never have had to patch.
Well, and see, that's a good question, and I mean, that's a lot of people feel that way. But the problem is that even though it's a good news that they've created some patches,
yeah,
to help
yeah,
prevent this happening, or maybe prevent this from happening. The problem is that these fixes, they may slow down the performance of your computer.
Oh, well, I don't want that. My computer's already a little long in the tooth.
But and the reasoning for that, people are going, okay, I don't understand this. Why?
Yeah.
Why would a patch slow down my PC? And it has some good information. I'm going to give kudos to Red Hat, the folks with Linux. They had a really good article, and I took some of their information. They have they have a 3-minute video. You get a chance to go to Red Hat. Basically, it's a 3-minute video about basically Spectre and the Meltdown, and it's really good. And so, kind of taking for some of that information, if you think about it, Spectre comes from a process called speculative execution.
Okay.
Now,
so like my computer thinks it knows what I'm about to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
So basically what it does,
that's not creepy at all.
No, it lets your device do some work ahead of time to speed up your routine.
Okay.
Now, but the problem by doing that, it also creates a security vulnerability in that nobody really thought was going to happen. So kind of an example, you think of a computer as a restaurant, and let's say a customer comes in at 8 a.m. every day, orders the exact same breakfast. Eventually the cook sees the pattern, and he starts making it ahead of time. And then when a customer comes in the door, he has it ready for him.
Okay.
And so that's, it's efficient. That process is a lot faster.
Gotcha.
Okay, what if that customer comes in, that regular customer come in, and one day he wants something different? Well, now the cook has to throw away the prepared breakfast, and it starts all over again.
Okay.
And it slows down the process.
Okay.
So basically, speculative execution works the same way. Whenever the computer performs a calculation that aren't actually needed, the results that it's thrown away.
Okay, so I come in and I swoop in and I steal your food that you were throwing away, and now I have all your data that you were throwing away.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
Exactly.
I did not understand. I read some about this, and I did not understand it. That makes so much more sense now. That's creepy, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it says the data ends up in an unsecure part of the computer cache memory. And they say, and unauthorized users can access it through what they call a side channel.
Okay. Wow.
So now you may want to know, well, why is this data left unsecured? And this goes back to the history of
why
computers.
is this data left unsecured?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Ricky Poe. Well, back in the 1960s, when speculative execution was invented. Now, back then, computers during that time, they were self-contained.
Oh, yeah.
So people didn't care about, there wasn't a risk of throwing away data. Nobody thought it was a risk. It's just.
Yeah, because the computer was a big room, and nobody else could get to it except the people who were in it.
So from that beginning, nothing's ever changed.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, no one ever.
This could theoretically this affects even really old technology. Computers.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it,
or could
it could? Well, it definitely Intel devices.
Yeah.
iOS, Android, Windows OS.
Yeah.
Who knows any type of device that's used as a computer.
So this is the one that so this is Spectra. This is the one that affects even like cell phones and Internet of Things kind of things that are just have some kind of Intel computer chip in them
Yeah.
somewhere.
And the thing is, I mean, you got to keep in mind, I mean, all vendors, I'm talking about NVIDIA who makes video cards.
Yeah.
I mean,
They all use Intel chips somewhere.
Really what it comes down to is that, at least what Microsoft says, hey, install the latest update.
Yeah.
We have a patch, and then check with your other vendors.
And we hope it works.
Yeah. But the other thing too is that a lot of companies like Dell is asking you need to flash the BIOS. Well, how many people know how to flash the BIOS?
I haven't flashed a BIOS in probably 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, in my young days, I used to flash my BIOS all the time.
I know. I got in trouble for that one time. No, wait, that was different. That was different.
We were leading into that.
That was something different.
That was something different, and I'm a better person today for it.
No, I seriously, I haven't done that. I flashed a motherboard BIOS in at least 10 years.
Well, the thing is, and back in the day, I was, unless you had a real issue.
Oh yeah.
We didn't want to flash the BIOS because that's especially back then, if the power went out in the middle of flashing the BIOS, you just have a brick.
Oh yeah.
It's done.
You're done.
Yeah. You don't forget it, man.
Yeah. I didn't like doing it then.
No.
But there were a few times where I had to start from scratch.
Yeah. It's a lot easier now. Like with companies like Dell, who makes it into an executable file and it does it all for you.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I mean, of course, it does ask you stuff, and like in a little command prompt, do you want this? And you say yes, and you let it do its routine, and then it'll flash, and then it'll reboot. And, the problem with this, and anybody happens to be listening this time, the problem you need to understand is, even though you do this patch from Windows, from Microsoft. Well, you need to check what antivirus you have, because that antivirus may not be supportive under that patch. So if you have Trend, you need to check, McAfee, Norton, because
so all those softwares have to be updated as well.
So unfortunately, you've got to get really familiar with your PC, understanding the software, everything that's on it. Most people don't have a clue.
No.
They don't.
Oh, no.
And nothing against them. They just buy a PC. It's a tool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for most people, it's a box. It's a box of colorful lights, and I get to see my grandkids' pictures on it.
Exactly. Email, Word, move on.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. So it's like Jen in the IT crowd.
Exactly.
I know lots about computers. Email. Sending email, receiving email, the mouse.
Yeah.
The keyboard, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was awesome.
That's a great
there are so many similarities to where I used to work at before. I love it. When Moss comes in and she, he comes in and plugs in her, I guess apparently a situation where, Roy's come in.
On the phone, like she's really, really super busy. And he goes, I came here to plug your phone in. Click. That's a great show.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so anyway, so what's now Meltdown is something different, right?
Well, I think the two are kind of hand in hand. I think it goes from the speculative execution, and then it creates what you call the meltdown.
Okay, I was going to say Meltdown sounds more frightening.
Yeah, it does.
Spectra is like Spectra. Is that like
from James Bond? Yeah. I'm holding my bald cat. My hairless cat, and I'm going to get your leftovers.
But Meltdown is like, I don't want my computer. I've had a meltdown before on a computer. I melted the fan off of a video card one time because it's making it work too hard. But so what's Meltdown? How does that different?
Well, I mean, from my understanding, and like I said, and let me see here. Yeah, really it's almost like it's like hand in hand.
Okay.
And so So, they say after meltdown, Spectre patches. Microsoft says older version. Okay, blah blah blah.
So it's the same patches.
It's basically
the
the
patches
same
are going to
thing.
fix both of them.
Yeah, and I think it's a cause and effect on the two.
Okay.
Because basically eventually what this will do,
Mm-hmm.
you have two things going on here.
Yeah.
The processor can get to the point where it can just basically just crash your machine, it's gone.
Okay, gotcha.
It's out. And I think that's what they refer to as a meltdown. It's a critical.
Okay.
And so, but Spectre is more of a kind of a backdoor on the processor on the left.
Okay, so meltdown is more of a I can make your computer fail, and Spectre is more of a I'm going to keep your computer running, but I'm going to steal all your info.
Yeah, I think it's almost the same thing, and I think it's almost like a cause and effect.
Yeah.
You have the meltdown bug, and then when you have that, it's then it's more susceptible to Spectre attacks. It's
Gotcha.
yeah, and honestly, from some of the things I've read out there, I don't even think they know, because I have this feeling that we're gonna have to revisit this thing in a couple of weeks, because like they were saying AMD processors aren't affected by it, but then all suddenly Microsoft had to pull an update. They say, well, yeah, they are affected, and Microsoft put an update out there. Then they caused some machines to go, blue screen, so they had to pull the patch back.
Oh.
There's a lot of this stuff going on. And seeing at my work, they want us to get this thing going, and I'm saying, I can't guarantee you that. Let them work it out a little bit.
Yeah, it's the question of do we let it ride and risk it, or do we?
Well, I think I think businesses, if they can get at the server level, and they can block it from there, then
might be safe.
You're good. Yeah. But yeah, the deal on the meltdown, it's basically it creates the CPU exploit, and Spectre is a short name for the process.
Oh, okay.
So actually, I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain this. Meltdown is basically the bug.
Okay.
And Spectre is kind of the execution, and they call it, and that's where that execution needs to be patched.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they Spectre for short, basically. Yeah. And so, and again, I find it interesting, but that's the reason why that's why they're saying you may have slower processing speeds, because it's going to get to the point where it cannot
do speculative.
Yeah. So, which is sad, because that's how the PC.
Yeah, I just wonder how much faster that really is. I always wonder, like, we're in the world of things moving so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Can we tell the difference?
That's true.
I don't know.
It depends on what you're doing. Like what you do is video processing,
a lot of heavy video stuff. But I wonder, like, does that use much speculative processing? I don't know.
Anything I think that's power, anything that's really aggressive concerning processing power, I'm assuming that it will take advantage of that.
Yeah, if it can.
Because you have that whole cache. It throws it in the cache and the memory, saves it back and forth. I don't know, but I'm sure we're going to revisit this again.
Crazy stuff. So you got any weird news for us today?
Yes, I do. And I've kind of shortened it down because I know we are on kind of a time crunch today.
Yeah, a little bit, not
too
much.
Bit? No.
Yeah, I got to go pick up kids a little bit, but not too fast.
The kids.
Yeah, the kids.
Well, have you ever run in a situation where you have a spider and the kids are yelling, saying, "Kill it, Dad! Kill it, Dad! Kill it, Dad!" What usually would you do in that situation?
I usually go, just take your shoe off and kill it.
That's right. But you wouldn't say grab a blowtorch and fry it.
No. Because my youngest might, if
Well,
there was one.
And this is a perfect example right here. Man burns home down trying to kill a spider with blowtorch. So
he
yeah.
burned his home
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, it was a scary.
Trying to kill a spider. How big was this spider?
I don't know. It must be from like an old 1950 sci-fi. Because I
dang.
Yeah, he said the
spider came and sat down beside her.
I guess so. I mean, he's from California.
Okay.
They
grow them big there.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you think down in Texas, but California,
apparently.
Yeah, they're like cowhands. They rustle them up. He used a blowtorch to try to exterminate a pesky spider in his apartment.
Oh, wait. In his apartment?
Yes.
So he burned down other people's houses as well?
Well, the thing is, he did burn down his home while trying to get rid of the spider. And in his excuse, it was a huge wolf spider.
Okay.
The gentleman said, who works with another resident in the building. He said the spider was fairly large, and he was trying to kill him with the flame. And then suddenly it caught the mattress on fire, which quickly spread to nearby curtains. So this is a perfect example of cause and effect.
Yes.
Now, the good news is
why is the house burned down? Well, the house is burned down because the carpet caught on fire. How did the carpet catch on fire? Well, the wall was on fire.
This would be like be one of those 15-minute shorts of the Three Stooges calling pest extermination.
Yes.
Now the good news is that the firefighters were able to prevent the fire from spreading to other units.
Oh, that's good.
So that's good.
So just his.
Just his
residence.
That's good. Hard to have. I don't know. I'll still have compassion for the man.
Wolf spider burns down house.
Oh,
that's awesome. What else do you got?
But this time of year, a lot of people, they got gifts. A lot of people, have stuff from the holidays, and they don't want it anymore.
Oh, you're gonna return it?
Yeah, they return it, or it's broke, or it doesn't work anymore. And you still have the receipts. Most stores will honor that. Well,
or they gave it to my kid, and it makes too much noise.
Exactly.
And I throw it away.
Well, this particular situation, the store did not honor that.
Okay.
And I don't know. It's woman returns Christmas tree in January because it's dead.
She returned a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Because it's dead.
Because it's dead.
And when did it die?
Well, I mean, she said, he said, the woman went into a Costco and decided she no longer wanted her tree on the 4th of January. She apparently demanded a refund because her Christmas tree was dead. For some mysterious reason, it took until well after Christmas celebration for it to lack of life to bother her. So after Christmas, she
just realized that when you cut the tree down, it pretty much is dead at that point.
Yeah, I mean, a Christmas tree does not supernaturally cling onto life after being chopped down.
No.
And so apparently she was upset. She didn't get a refund.
She didn't get a refund.
I
wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, press release.
She gonna sue now.
I don't know.
That's funny.
But isn't that something?
I want to return the lunch I just ate because
I returned half a Snickers bars
now
one
it's
time.
Poop.
I know. I know.
Yeah, I just bring the box of poop and
hey,
this was the lunch I ate earlier, and now it's not lunch
that.
anymore.
Look
it's
at
just
that.
a pile of poop, and
I can't heat this up and eat it.
Oh my goodness!
They probably would tell you to go eat it. But. And last thing is just a tip for those who are hunting for a job. That are trying to learn good interview skills.
Oh yeah.
A man suspected of robbing his employer didn't let that stop him from pursuing a job opportunity with the local police department.
He stole from his last company
Mm-hmm.
and then applied for a job at the police department.
Yeah. Alberto Lopez. Apparently, he allegedly stole $5,000 from a bank he worked in.
Oh my! Now that's okay. I was thinking like stole office
Yeah.
supplies, stole printer,
Staple.
stole a chair,
Mhm.
stole $5,000 from a bank.
Yeah, after the theft was reported back in October, police said Lopez quit his job and moved to Phoenix. And he refused to cooperate with the investigation, according to the news station.
Imagine that.
Yeah. But Lopez apparently returned to the city and applied for a dispatch job with Cottonwood Police in December.
He understands that they do background checks.
It's
right?
one of those things where, sometimes I like to think if I close my eyes, nobody can see me. Thinking, okay, I'm safe. No one can see me because I can't see them. So,
my goodness.
So apparently a warrant that had been issued for Lopez's arrest had come up during the background check. Ding, 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 ding,
There
ding,
you
ding.
go. So they call him in for an interview?
Actually, the police scheduled a job interview with Lopez. And when Lopez showed up, he was arrested for felony theft.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And that's the news.
That's brilliant, my friend.
Isn't that something?
That is awesome. That is right up there with the police departments that like post a picture of a big brick of marijuana.
Yeah.
And say, this brick of marijuana was found at such and such location.
Yeah.
We just want to get it back to its owner.
Isn't that awesome?
If this is your marijuana, come
pick
claim
it up. Come claim it.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that awesome?
That's brilliant.
I mean,
that made my day right there.
Yeah, I mean that right there, and that's good police work.
That
I mean, that's pretty clever.
That is top notch.
I'm thinking
top shelf right there.
Yeah, it is. It is. So that's the weird and quite stupid news.
Nice.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty fun. Yeah, I thought, man, this is a good one. We had a couple good ones here.
Yeah, we did. We did have
a little lengthy on the Spectre, but
yeah, it's all right.
Man,
it's good stuff.
but the
I mean,
deal
it's
is
important.
Yeah. So
somebody might care. The one listener.
The one listener who in the middle of watching the podcast, computer shuts down.
There you go.
Or mobile device bricks on him. So,
well, here's what Spectre might do. It might shut your phone.
There you go. There you go. And if anybody we have would be applauding, yay, finally down.
Oh my goodness.
Good times.
I'll have to tell people they need to listen to the show just so they know what Spectre and Meltdown is all about.
Meltdown is, yeah.
See now you got a reason to.
Now we got a reason
to let people listen.
Yeah, before it was just all crap. And I have to agree with that. It was all crap. Before, you just skip to episode 20. You don't have to listen to the other crap.
No, I think this is episode
I don't remember.
10. I think
episode
it's 10.
That's
10.
a big deal.
We should keep track. I
should.
am keeping track online.
I think we're going to do this. We need to do this thing
11.
where we do our intro and we just go episode 10.
What
the heck are we chapter? What are we doing here? I think something like that. I don't know. That'd be that'd be good.
Now I have to check.
Yeah. I mean, I don't listen to our own stuff because it depresses me. No, I'm just kidding. I really like the YouTube. Really like the lip syncs.
The videos, yeah.
Yeah, the videos.
But this is episode 11.
Wow.
I gotta keep track of that. So we
yeah,
can,
that's awesome.
so if we ever say anything about it, then we'll know.
Well, we ever get really refined and we start,
like planning crap.
Yeah, and that really goes against the whole
something about nothing.
But I think it would be. We try to do something.
We try to do something. We just don't expect it to be anything.
Yeah.
I have a friend who just started a new podcast, and he called it the Good But Not Great podcast.
Oh, okay.
That's his thing. It's like It's good. It's good. It's not great.
It sounded like I
It's
would.
good.
It sounded like if I had like a Jewish aunt. Oh, it's good, but it's not great.
It's not great.
Okay. And I can
Oh,
say
my
that
goodness.
because some of my family, oh, it is, so So anyway,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, we're actually getting really close.
are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else today? You got?
No, I mean, it's been pretty good so far.
It has been good.
We got some really good material out today. I really enjoyed, the GoPro thing. Was really interesting to me. Yeah, I think you're right about the whole. That is a perfect market for GoPro. But like you said, if they
I
had
think
they had to get rid, they had
to the plate late.
yeah, and you can't do that.
No.
And you think GoPro, I know I'm coming back to GoPro, but you think with GoPro, the whole thing is action. The whole thing is about aerial and doing things that you normally can't do with another camera.
Oh, exactly.
So anyway,
Have you seen the joke GoPro logos?
no.
They say "Go amateur." Not everybody can be a hero.
Oh, nice, nice.
They're awesome. You should check them out.
I'll
They're
check
pretty
that
funny.
out.
All right. Well, I think that's probably it.
That's
man.
it.
What do we do now?
I think we tell everybody that this is the Something About Nothing podcast. Thank you for listening, if you have been listening, and look forward to number 12.
Definitely.
All righty, man.
All right.
All right. Good night.